Hello, I'm back. It's never really gone. Just, you saw my 2014 Halloween. It was plan C. It was not plan A or B. But hey, I'm back. 35 pounds lighter. And look what I won. There we go. Look at that. I won a Woodloom Tombstone. Pretty cool. Now it comes unpainted, but thank you Hauntcast. I won it through there. If you haven't checked out Hauntcast, go to hauntcast and .net and check it out. Anyway, comes unpainted and in a couple little bits and pieces. So the base, this, and then two sides there. So, what's this video? Well, it's a tombstone. I'm going to do the tombstone. So what am I going to use? Well, hot glue gun's just always a good idea to have around. Some light gray paint, a little bit of dark gray paint, a couple different brushes, opener for paint, good old Super 77 for, putting the critter together. And I know it's heresy, but I'm going to use spray paint to spray paint in the numbering and lettering. And why is that? Well, yes, it might burn into the foam a little bit, but not much, and I just don't have any black house paint floating around. So, we're hunters, and we make do with what we got. So, what's going to happen this year? Hey, well, guess what? The hunt is going to be back at the Larkin Manor this year. So pretty excited about that, and you'll start seeing some more postings from us, once we start digging everything out and putting it all up. Not a lot of project going on this year just because, well, we've got a lot of stuff already, and we really want to kind of perfect how we put everything out as opposed to just building and building new stuff. So there won't be all that many new props this year, but we are hoping to put out a better layout and handle the crowd flow better and such like that. So we're pretty excited about that. Anyway, so I'm going to glue the sucker together, and then I'm going to do some paint work, and I'll probably show a couple bits and pieces as I'm doing it. So see you in a bit. Okay, so there it is, used spray paint. Yes, and look real close. And notice that it did not dissolve the foam. Why is that? Okay, I used some specific type of paint that is designed for model making, and since it's designed for model making, it doesn't have near as much acetone in it. Since it doesn't have all the acetone in it, lo and behold, foam is okay. So you can use spray paint on foam. You just gotta be careful what kind of paint you get. The 99-cent stuff you might get at Home Depot or Lowe's, no, that's gonna mess it all up. As you can see, now that's that line in the center. That's standard cheap paint. There, below it, that's using model paint, spray paint, that's deliberately designed as a base coat. So, I don't know if that helps, but it's a good trick. It's basically a primer, black primer. So, saves a lot of time, costs a little bit more, but it does save time. Okay, so, just a few minutes later, using my Super 77 3M spray glue and my black primer, that's all put together. And I guess we're kind of in the dark here, but yeah, you got everything lined up pretty nicely. I was briefly thinking about running a bead of, I don't know, hot glue or something like that down there, but see how it looks after I get down some basic gray. But yeah, that looks pretty alright. So, gonna let that dry a wee bit more, then we'll get to the painting. Alrighty, so round 1, round 2 of painting is done. I did go ahead and use some hot glue, fill in a little bit of gaps. I painted it light gray first, and then used some of my dark gray. Now I know you go, but Aaron, no, you're supposed to start dark and then add highlights with a lighter. Well, that's certainly one way to go. I did it this way for 2 reasons. One, I have a lot more light gray than I do dark gray. So again, we make do with what we can. Second of all, I am a big believer in the idea that I'd rather add darkness than try to lighten darkness. If you paint this all dark gray and you look at it, it's like, wow, that's too gray. It's real pain to bring it up in shades. You paint it a light gray, and if it's a little bit too light, it's easier to darken it. So there are some advantages to it. Now this isn't done. I'm going to put in a bit more dark here and there, and then I'm also going to use my initial gray and right along the edges and such like that, add in more brightness, and then I'll probably put in some sort of, you know, the dripping, and then maybe a little bit of drier lint moss to kind of finish off the look. But there it is. Hey, a tombstone is done. Yay! Hey there, day 2. So the tombstone base coats have dried up, and let's take a look at the final tombstone. You can't see anything in the shade like that, can we? It's a bit better. So all I did to get the darkening on the face and a little bit on the sides and such is I used normal black spray paint. Normal black spray paint is safe because it's really just painting on top of the normal paint. So that's a nice easy way to get some weathering in. Let's try to put up a side-by-side here. And there it is. So, first tombstone of the new year.